So trim's really looking good in here.
Yeah, we got the baseboard in, we got most of it in, but there's this little complicated section I wanted to show you here.
Oh yeah.
We've got a couple different angles, the skirt's a different height than the baseboard, and the architects actually specified this radius detail here.
Oh, it's like an eased up on a handrail.
Exactly. Yeah. And he thought that would look better, especially because it's dressed towards the front door.
Well, it'll definitely look better because you're right. This is a focal point when you first come in, and it's going to be seen right away. But there's a couple of different ways you can do this. I mean, I have a couple of short pieces of molding because we were cutting it in the other room. But
yeah.
All right, so we could take a couple of pieces of baseboard like this, bisect that angle, then you could come up here, and bisect this angle. But with the eased up, that detail is a little bit different. We have to find a radius on this piece here and mark a radius. And then we can then find the radius down here and then finding the molding to go on there. We can either have it made with a molding machine,
right.
You could turn it on a lathe, or you can even make it out of plaster.
Oof.
You know, that's a little tricky, but you make it on a table, you do a little tin knife and you draw it and you form it and you put it on there. And it blends right in. That's the way they did a lot of it in the older houses.
Well, we're pretty lucky. The lumber yard that I purchased this molding from actually sells it in a flexible variety. So this is actually seemed like the easiest solution.
Yeah, we've used this quite a bit. This is great. It's handy as anything because it saves a lot of time and we can form that to go right up the way we want it to. Let's see if we can bend this one. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that'll bend nice and then we'll miter that together. So that's gonna make a nice look. All right, so what we need to do is figure out our radius here and cut it.
All right, let's get started.
Okay. All right, I ripped the piece down the height of the base. We can put it on there and scribe a line once we do our arc.
All right, that'll work.
Okay, so now we gotta find the radius for this.
So I can put a block here so we're measuring off that.
All right, perfect. All right, so I'll get a square line off of our center right here, right there.
All right, I'll go this way. Is that good there?
Should be.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So I could take this compass in here, put it in the corner there.
Yeah, now that would be like the center of our circle right there. And this would be
right,
our,
yeah.
Our radius.
So that's bisecting there, right?
Yeah.
So.
Turn it around.
All right, so.
Swing that. Nice. Perfect. So now that transition, when the molding comes up, will swing right into that nicely and end up so we can then miter that corner.
Okay.
All right, we have that one. Now we need to mark the circumference or the radius right down here. To do that, first thing I want to do is mark a line on the wall using a framing square. All right, so I'll make a line up the wall like that. What I want to do is now I need to find the same distance. So if I measure from here down right there at the bottom of that miter, 5 7/8, almost 6 inches. So if I mark from this point here over, and I put a mark on the temporary base right here, I set my framing square on that and draw a square line up off of the baseboard. Now that will be the center of our circle. Down to the baseboard will be our radius of our circle. So I'll take a string, I'll put a pencil in the string, I'll hold the radius point right here, put a mark, check it there. Now I'll mark the arc of the circle right here and swing my arc right up.
That looks good.
Yeah, now mark the top of the baseboard. Now we have our piece that's going to be cut. Right there we have the transition up and over and up again. All right, let's cut them. All right, Zach, let's see how we did.
Perfect. Let me see here.
looking good. I think we'll try that base cap now.
All right, there's that piece, and here's the flexible one.
I'm gonna start in the corner with a square cut. That looks good. You got a nice tight fit there. So you're gonna mark the short right there.
All right, done.
Okay, now we've put a transition point up here on the wall. Line that one up. All right, that's perfect. Okay, so now these lines that we have here at the top and the line that we have at the bottom, that's gonna give us our bisected angle for our miter. All right, now mark underneath. Okay, so again, we're going to cut from this point to that point. That's going to give us our bisected angle, and the two pieces of molding should go together nicely. All right, now we're ready for the flexible piece. That looks great. Let's get a nail right above my finger. All right, get one right above my thumb down here. All right, Zach, there you go. Looks pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it looks great, Tommy. Thanks for the help.
Yeah, that little subtle detail there, it's in the front entryway. You notice it, but you don't notice it.
Yeah, it's gonna make the job much better.
Yeah, it sure looks great.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.